Hey, morning guys, welcome back. Another week on the 84 Chevy. John's already setting up, getting going, so it's gonna be a quick intro. So I'm gonna finish off all the little bit of welding we have done today on it. I'll do a little video there. He's getting everything set up now so we can finish the door sills. And then it's all about getting the body prep for paint. So today and tomorrow is all about body work. Got a few where they had farm mirrors on the truck, so we're gonna step drill those out. We have some metal tabs we're gonna fill in and get those welded in today, hopefully grind it off as well. And then today and tomorrow is all about getting the truck ready to go. And fenders, drop the fenders off, they're over there. So let's get to it. Give you some updates as we go through the day. Not a much narrating. I'm going to try to be pretty busy getting all this knocked out so we can get this thing painted and put back together. Let's get to it. Guys, hey, a little bit of video in today. Wasn't really exciting, just a lot of body work, sanding, more sanding, and then some more sanding, a little bit of primer today. But I want to walk you through what we did, and if you remember some of the earlier videos, I'll point out the work that was done today. We have a little bit more welding tomorrow, then we'll be finished. I'll show you what that's going to look like here as well. But let me show you what we did today, and then talk about what we're going to do tomorrow, and we'll wrap up, I want to say, week 8. That we've 8 weeks or 8 weekends that we've worked on the truck so far. Not 8 full weeks, but 8 weekends, and then there's 2 full weeks in there that we worked on it over the holidays. But let me show you what we did and show you where we're at, and making great progress. All right, so let me drop down here. If you remember when we were replacing the floor pans, can't even talk today, we had to cut out all of this here along the floor pans that was rusted out. So what we did today is we took an earlier video, I showed you where John was making a template so we can come back in and weld in the pieces where the door sill and the carpet and everything is going to eventually come over. But it came out nice. This side we've already started sanding down. We have a little bit, I'll show you the other side. We have some more work to do over there tomorrow. But you can see, looks really nice and almost looks factory, absolutely. John did an outstanding job on it. So we'll wrap this up tomorrow, but now let me show you the other side. All right, this is the passenger side here. Same thing. You can see same template, cut it down, welded everything back in. And what we did is, oh my goodness, I'm tired today. We just came in and with a thin layer of fiberglass over the welds where we welded everything in. And then once that dried, we sanded that all the way down. And then we came back over with a thin layer of body filler And we just started sanding on this before it wrapped up today. Still got probably another half hour on it tomorrow, maybe 45 minutes. And then this will be done. And we'll start primering tomorrow. But the truck, back out of this a little bit. We have both sides of the truck sanded. The top, we've already started putting a little bit of primer up there because it was down to the metal. And we put some primer across the top because it's down to the metal. Didn't want it to rust overnight with any surface rust. But tomorrow we're going to work on this. We're going to have to take and tack weld some metal on there and then pull that out. Don't really want to put a lot of body filler in there. So we'll take our time, probably a couple hours on this portion back here, and get that done. We'll sand the back of, well, there's a 78. Man, she's beautiful, ain't she? But we'll get the back sanded, and then all of this has been completely sanded. And the door, and the last bit of welding we have to do, you can see here, we zoom in a little bit. This is where the tow mirrors were at. There's 3 spots, and what we're going to do is take a step drill bit, drill these out, and we're going to take a plug them in, tack weld them around, sand them down, and then we'll be ready to prime over those, and then that'll be that. And so we'll have all of this primed tomorrow, and we'll go from there. So stay tuned, about another 3 or 4 hours on Sunday, and I think we'll get everything done we wanted to do this weekend. So the following weekend we can start body filler. I don't think we're gonna get to body filler tomorrow, but we'll start body filler to make sure everything's straight this coming a week from today, most likely. Hey, so appreciate you guys watching. Stay tuned for Sunday. Watch the rest of this video. Thanks. Hey, good morning, everyone, and welcome back. Happy Sunday. Hope you're having a great weekend. Just a quick intro for day 2. What we're going to do today on the 84 Chevy. We're going to finish the sanding on it and get some primer, first coat of primer, before we start straightening the body out with some filler. And so let me just give you a quick recap, and then we'll get going. All right, guys, so we're going to do today, step drill these out, 3 on each side. And then we're going to plug those with the kit we picked up from Eastwood. I'm going to take the door handles off, and then I'm going to sand the passenger side and the driver's side. And then should be able to get the first base coat on. And for next weekend, we can work on the filler and the body prep so that we can get this thing final primer. We just want to primer it one time. We're going to try to primer it one time, see how good we are, and then we're going to do the paint. So just maybe another 2 weekends before we can actually transport this to the house, put it in the garage, and then start putting everything back together, which is pretty exciting. So let me get set up. John's running a little late today. He said he was tossing and turning all night. I think that's code for he partied hard and needed a few hours of sleep, but we'll see when he gets here what his eyes look like. But let me get set up and ready to go. Hey guys, just to show you, we have this kit from Eastwood, sheet metal plug kit. If you're really good, you can cut your own, go right at it. But I was picking up the sandpaper, and I saw this kit on their website, and I said, man, it's got to be a little easier than just trying to cut it out yourself. It comes with the bit. So all I think I'm gonna do, that's what it looks like. 3 different sizes, and I'm going to take those doors, and I'm going to probably use this right here. Let me get it drilled out, then I'll show you as we go, but I think that's what we're going to use. All right, I'm kind of running solo this morning, so I'm going to try to do it and drill at the same time. If not, I'll come back and show you the after shot, but let me see if I can do this at the same time. As you're drilling this out, hopefully my fingers aren't in the way. You can kind of see the plug just sits in there. I need to drill a little bit more so it sits in a little further. Then we'll use some magnets and then tack weld that in, and grind off the welds, and then we don't have to put additional body filler in there, which is what the previous owner did. You can see this hole here where I started, and this is what they looked like before we started drilling them out. But let me wrap this up, and then I'll show you how it sits in there when we're done. All right, guys, just to show maybe what it looks like if you haven't done this before. This is the first time I've done this too, by the way. I just took some tape. I don't have the magnets. They're up at the shop. I'll run out there and get them before we weld. But to kind of show you, actually, the tape actually may work too. It just sits in really nice. And then you can come back and, you know, just tack weld all the way around it. And take the tape off or take the magnet off. I'm probably going to use a magnet. We'll see. And then you grind it down, and then you don't have extra body filler in the truck. But this is the 3/4 plug here that I'm using, which is the smallest that they have that comes in the kit. Hey guys, not a lot of recording today. My sidekick actually no-showed, so we'll have to go check on him and see what happened. I'm sure, you know, he was probably out partying last night, so that's okay. So with that, we didn't get as much done today, and which kind of sucks because I really want to get this truck primered and into paint so we can put it back together. I'm about a month behind on it, and in the beginning, you know, a day where you fall behind, I really didn't care too much, but it's getting a little further and further, and I don't want to fall too far behind. So if we can keep it within a month, that'd be great. But I had the camera not set up today. Like I said, I was by myself. I didn't really do anything too exciting, but just let me give you a rundown for the weekend. And we'll come back at it next week on our 9th weekend, working on the 84 Chevy. And I'd like to have it wrapped up by week 15 or 16 if we can. So here we go. So we did get the truck sanded. So it wasn't like we didn't get a lot accomplished this weekend. We did get the truck sanded. We got all the patch holes basically bored, ready to be welded. A little bit more sanding on the truck. We did get the seals welded back in, or I'm actually not sure exactly what that's called, but it's where the carpet and the door seal sits back over, and it's finished on both sides. So I did get that finished and wrapped up, and I did come back and fix this bolt that I didn't take out originally. So that looks pretty good. A little bit more touch-up work there. I was getting the firewall ready to be final primered today as well, so took some time to work on that. And then the passenger side, everything is pretty much ready to go. Just got to cut some metal out down at the bottom on that rocker. A little bit of rust. I want to make sure we take care of that and we get that patch back up. The thing I did not get to do today, which is what I was really hoping for, was to work on this back portion here. Whoever had the truck, looks like they maybe ran into a pole. Not too bad, but I wanted to work on this and I didn't get a chance to do it. So it's probably 3 or 4 hours worth of work for me, maybe more. So probably a full Saturday. And then we'll just take the hammer and dolly set and straighten all this back out. And then I'm gonna put chrome trim around the wheel wells, front and rear, so that'll look really nice. But that's where we are, week 8. Coming along, like I said, maybe not as much progress, but that's okay. It was a good day to be out here sanding. You know, normally we say wrenching, but it was a good day to be out here sanding, working on the truck. It's warm, and that Tucson sun is beaming down on us today, about 75, 76 degrees. It's February, man. It's supposed to be cold. I appreciate you guys watching. If you like, please subscribe, share, post some comments, tips and tricks down below. I do try to get to all of them. So again, I appreciate you guys watching. Hope you have a great week.